Hey, I'm Sonny.
And I'm Danielle.
And welcome to Love versus the List.
No, why are you saying it like that?
Love versus the List.
Love versus the List. It's a title.
Saying it too fast.
But there's no comma in it. It's Love versus the List. That's it.
Anyway, our lives are always constantly run by lists, whether they're physical lists or just lists up there.
He's pointing to his brain. But yes, he's right. From dating deal breakers to icks, from relationship rules to why someone breathing so loudly gives you the absolute rage. There is always a list.
There really is. Welcome to our weekly podcast where we share our own lists and our own annoyances on each other. Honestly, I don't know what's going to go wrong here.
Just sounds like a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But of course, we also want you guys to share your list with us. So please do get in touch.
Yeah, you might be single, married, or just confused.
Or just here to judge other people's red flags. No matter what it is, you're in the right place.
You really are. This is
Love versus the list. We'll get there.
Love versus the List.
Oh, that's okay. Now you're just taking the mic, aren't you? Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Love versus the List.
Welcome back. Now, this week, we are actually, as you listen to this or watch this, we are currently on holiday.
Yeah.
But we were never going to leave you hanging, were we?
No, we weren't. But I like the idea. I don't know what time you listen to this podcast, but I like the idea of having a beer in my hand right now while you're listening to it.
I was literally about to say, I'm hoping that I've got some sort of cocktail or wine in hand. I'm hoping that Mia is off playing with her cousins.
Yeah.
We're in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm hoping that we're probably not even thinking about the fact that the podcast has gone out and that we're so engrossed in our holiday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
deep
we
into
can all
it.
hope, can't we?
But having said that, we are here with an episode for you, but something a little bit different.
Something a little bit different. Yeah. Well, do you know what? I sometimes feel bad because we give out our email address every week on the podcast, and it is in the description. So if you have any emails, you can find it in the description of the podcast. But we give it out so much, and we only really get time for like one or two at the end of an episode.
We're too busy yapping.
Well, we were just saying that obviously we don't get a lot of uninterrupted time to talk. So that when we do this podcast, it just turns out that we can just talk for ages.
Yeah, that's how our relationships lasted so long. We just don't get time to talk, so we never talk.
Probably right. Yeah.
And then we thought, let's do a podcast.
Yeah. So this episode is basically your emails. So if you do have any, of course you can send them to love. Why am I getting this so confused?
Love versus the list at gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Or you can DM us, Love versus the List, on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
So this episode is your email.
It's your emails. And if you enjoy this and if you love it, then we can do a few more kind of sporadically. You know, we don't want to take away from what we normally do, but we'll make sure that we every so often dedicate an episode to just like emails and DMs and
yeah,
stuff.
because I feel bad.
Yeah.
We get so many and we never really do them. Nice one. Should we just go straight in? Straight in the deep end?
Go on. There's me diving in, putting my wine down, diving in.
Yeah. I was thinking more like pina colada or whatever you'd rather. White wine, that's fine. Just give me a lager.
Just read the emails.
We've had an email from Kat. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Kat.
I always think like a cat. Meow.
Meow. It's going to
You
meow.
think that?
I don't want to be rude.
Sorry, Kat. You probably get that a lot. She says, hi, Danielle and Sonny. I've been loving Love versus the List, and I really admire how openly you both talk about your pasts and your exes with each other. It feels so healthy and respectful. My partner and I never really discuss that side of our lives, not because we're hiding anything. It just never comes up. And hearing you two makes me wonder if it's something that we should talk about or if it's a case to just leave the past in the past. Do you think those conversations are important in a relationship? Thanks for the great podcast. Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat. Meow.
Meow.
Okay.
That was me purring.
Yes. I do think it's important, and I know the type of person that I am. When we first got together, I know that there was something blocking me from being able to fully, I guess, surrender into this like relationship and how I was feeling until I felt as though I had enough information about you, your past. I don't need to know every little
checks.
Well, I just think I know that it was almost putting a blocker on whether I could feel. It would always been like a dangling carrot of like, oh, but you don't know this, you don't know that. Like, I don't need to know every single thing, but there were certain things that I remember. Like we would have conversations about it, and it wouldn't be a super deep conversation, but I know for me, it's something that I needed to know. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm because I'm thinking of something that you used to say to me that made me laugh.
What?
Well, when we were referring to like old relationships and stuff, and you would refer to
Go on.
I don't know if you want me saying this, but you'd refer to my old relationship as the failed engagement. And that's why I was laughing, because it really tickles me.
I'm so pleased.
But
that
we
you can
could
laugh
laugh
about that
about
now. But we couldn't the first couple of times. I really
No, we could, couldn't we?
Well, I just don't. I think you were just a bit shocked that I said it. So, just for context, Sonny was once engaged. He is no longer engaged, neither to her nor to me. Don't want to talk about it. That's a conversation for another time. However,
I'm glad I brought it up.
but yeah, I would always try and make light of it, like, and just basically say, oh, so like in your failed engagement, like da 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 da, or just I would always just drop it in, probably at the most inappropriate time. But I feel like it made light of it. Also, I wanted you to know that, like, I was cool with, like, I'm cool. I'm easy breezy. I was cool with the fact that, you have been in love. You were in love so much that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with someone. That wasn't me. I was okay with that. No, like, I was okay with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for us, that was our way. Like, humor is just our way through. But I do think it's important to have those discussions if you feel as though you want to. Don't force it.
Yeah, it is interesting because I think in our scenarios, I think it may have been a little bit different to how a normal relationship would be. Like, I think our past, look, everyone has a past. Everyone has a past. And I think actually, you can't help it, and it's made you the person you are today. And, would
Character
you be
building.
Yeah, would you be with who you're with if you hadn't had that past, all that sort of stuff, all the cliche lines I'm going to throw out there. But I think our situation was a little bit different because we sort of knew each other's backgrounds, and they were sort of, I would say, maybe a bit more public than what a normal relationship would be. The one thing that I can take away from it is that because of that, I felt, and we feel, I'm not talking for you, but we could address it quicker and sooner. And I think it was a conversation that actually came earlier on and probably did help with that.
Yeah.
And I know that we've read emails out in the past about people saying about, oh, X is this and whatever. And I think if you can address it, and I know, you were saying about making a joke of it, but I think you kind of can. And I think that's the way around it, especially in our relationship. We're quite jokey people together. And I think our relationship is based on, taking the mick and making light of those situations that, I don't know, I think that's how we work personally.
I think as well, you just have to accept, everyone, like you said, does have a past.
Yeah.
That's okay. The same way, you have a past, same way I have a past. And you just have to embrace that and just know that whatever is happening right now is what is meant to be. But, have those boundaries if you feel like it's kind of encroaching in your current relationship, or if it's causing some sort of blockage or sticking point, then that's something for you and your partner to, I guess, like, tackle together. But it's always you and your partner on a team against whatever the situation is. It's never you versus them. I think when you start getting into that sort of territory, no matter what it involves, like, then that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah,
personally.
I would also say to Cat Meow that think about what you actually want from this conversation if you're going to have it.
Yes.
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to.
Yes.
Imagine in your head not the worst case scenario, but like, how are you going to react to something that you don't want to hear?
Yes.
Because then you're asking questions you don't want to know the answer to. And then I think that's when it could get a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why I had to do that with my hands. I was almost jazz handing.
But no, I do agree. Yeah, you need to be prepared to get an answer that maybe you don't like. For example, if you go, why did you split up? And then the other person says, well, I don't know. I was really in love with them and I just don't know. And they just left me one day. You're then going to be thinking, are you still in love with them?
Yeah.
And that could be something that you're then faced with, but you kind of have to be able to overcome it and go, well, okay, well, now I'm even better, so now you love me.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really, really good point. So thanks for your email, Kat, and hopefully we've given you some sort of clarity in why we are how we are, and how I would always give advice to someone else in that situation. I think it's good to be able to talk about all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's definitely made us stronger.
Stronger,
So
yeah.
I would recommend. Another one from Greg. We got an
Greg,
email.
Another one. Email.
Email. Is that a thing now?
I think
Just-
so.
I get excited. I'm going to be completely transparent with the listeners right now.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I love analytics.
I
love a stat. I do love a stat. And I looked at the stats on this podcast of the male to female ratio of listeners. We have 88% female listeners on this podcast, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you so much for being here.
Let's hear it for the girls.
You can see why I get excited when we have a bloke email in. And I don't want any blokes that do listen to this podcast to think, oh, I can't email in because all women listen to it. Come on, I need you.
Yeah, we want to hear from the lads.
I need you. So, Greg, you have said on your email, thank you for emailing in. I love your podcast. I have a few mates that are single and have done solo trips. One traveling to find herself, another went purely for the food, and someone else just wanted to switch off from work. They've all said it was one of the best things that they have ever done. And I can't help but wonder if it is something that I would like to experience myself.
Nice.
I'm engaged and I have 3 children. So I think you know the answer to this, Greg. So life is pretty full on. Do you think going on a solo trip is something you can still do when you're in a committed relationship with a family, or is it just one of those things that I've missed the boat on? Loving the show. Thanks, Greg.
This is why men shouldn't email in.
No, don't say that.
Because they are proving that I'm going to use the word stupidity. Greg, put your phone down, close your email app, be engaged with your kids. Don't book that holiday. No. Get off Skyscanner.
No, he's not saying he's booking the holiday. He's just asking whether he's missed the boat on that in his life.
You've missed the boat. Therefore, that boat is no longer available for you to get on. Yeah. If you try and jump on the boat, you're going to miss it and you're going to fall into the ocean. Don't do it. Like, you have missed the boat. And I know that people might say that that's a really, pessimistic way of looking at it. Oh, you can do anything at any time, at any age. It's not about you. I particularly think this when you have children. When you have a partner as well, yes, but you're both adults. But when you have children, they have not asked to be brought into this world. So if they are going to be brought into this world, they deserve all of the love and the care. Unless your children are grown up and adults, by the way, I'm assuming that they are under the age of 18 and that you are the responsible parent for them. I think it's irresponsible to go on a solo trip when you have 3 children that rely on you.
It's funny, isn't it? Because it's just the word solo trip. Because if it was a guy going away with a group of lads on a golfing holiday, for instance, it would be acceptable. But because it's a solo trip and he's just doing something by himself, it's deemed to be, no, you can't do that.
I just think it seems a little bit selfish. But I would also say the same for if Greg was saying, I want to go away with my mates. Well, I think as long as then there's another opportunity for your partner to do the same thing,
of course,
as well, then fine. But even so, I'd kind of be like, I think for you and I, we're at the stage in life that, like, unless it's like a hen or a stag or a wedding where the other isn't invited, which doesn't really happen, we'd both go, or like I don't know, something really big. Us just dilly-dallying off on a little holiday, I don't think it's something that we would do now. Because we're not in that phase. We've had that opportunity.
However, I must say, before I met you, I did a solo trip. I did a little holiday.
Oh yeah, and you loved it.
And I know that I wasn't with anyone, and I could do that, but I loved it, and I honestly couldn't recommend it to people more. I wouldn't be able to do it now if I'd never done it. But I think it is so, like, I'm really surprised that I did it. And I think I did it because I was single at the time and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go on holiday by myself. Why not? Like, I'm just going to do it. And obviously that all these things that go around in your head, what's by myself? Like, what am I going to do? And this, that, whatever. And actually you just learn to be with yourself in a really nice environment that you've put yourself in. And it's just a great thing to do. There's no like compromising with anything. You do just exactly what you want. And it was so relaxing. Honestly, I came back from it and I would have done it all over again.
Yeah.
Now when I'm in my position, I mean, I'm kind of in Greg's position. I've got kids. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't do that now. I wouldn't
No.
think, oh, I want to go on a solo trip now. So Greg, I do think you're pushing it a little bit, pal.
Yeah.
And you may have missed the boat on this one. But if you haven't gone on a solo trip, I would recommend it, not you,
And you
Greg.
don't have those responsibilities.
And you don't have the responsibilities.
Then because also what I find really funny, like imagine that this wasn't written by Greg. Imagine it was written by Grace, that email.
Yeah.
That would be met with, but you're a mum.
Mm.
You're a mum. And maybe this conversation isn't for this podcast.
Yeah.
But it just to me screams the difference in how, you know, men and women are deemed in terms of parenting responsibilities. Like the fact that Greg is even considering it, I don't think I would know, and maybe this is me being very narrow-minded in my small little world, I don't think I would know any mother that would even allow the thought. They'd look at their friends, they went away for the food, we had a great time. Yeah, great, cool.
They would have done that.
That was it. That'd be the end. The fact that Greg is then even considering the you know, it's a question. He wants to know.
He's definitely had a little thought about it, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think that it's wild how different men and women, I guess, think when it comes to parenting, but also how society sees us. Because if that was a women's email, a lot of people listening would go, well, you're a mum, of course you can't do that. Like the way that I was like, but you're a dad, of course you can't. But I do think it would be received differently, men versus women.
Greg, you missed the boat, pal.
Greg, stay at home.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Another one. This is from Michelle. Thank you very much, Michelle. Said, hi, Danielle and Sonny. I've followed you both since you've announced your pregnancy with Mia. Oh, thank you. It's been so lovely watching your journey and seeing how grown up she is now. So I'm hoping you can help with something baby related of my own.
Oh, okay.
My partner and I are expecting our first child and we cannot agree on a name.
Oh, no.
Every name I suggest, he shuts down instantly. And whenever he brings one to the table, I cannot stand it. What started as something fun has turned into a proper argument, and it feels way bigger than just picking a name. I'm worried that one of us is going to end up resenting the final choice if we just give in. Did you guys ever have this problem? And how do couples actually compromise on something without it turning into a battle? Michelle M. Thanks, Michelle.
Michelle M. I feel like this. She's not going to like our answer, though, is she?
No.
I've always, I mean, we both have, but you'd never really thought of it, but I've always loved the name Mia.
Yeah.
Even before we knew we were having a girl, that was always a name in my head. I don't know if I'd voiced it. Then when we found out we were having a girl, I think I just said to you, like, what do you think of the name Mia? Loved the fact that we were going to choose maybe a middle name that was like close to both of us in some way. And you just went, yeah, I love that name.
And I actually did love it when you suggested it.
And that was it. So
it was really easy for us.
It was really easy.
But I do understand that it is a difficult choice.
Yeah.
Because, people do have different, opinions on it. And, we've got some friends that have recently had a baby.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And their suggestions were very different.
Yeah.
To a point where, sorry, won't mind me saying it, but he was sort of saying, they were having a boy. I love the name Buster. And actually, I really like the name Buster. But she was like,
for a dog.
Not for a dog. No, but she was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And it is, you do have to come to a compromise. But I guess it has to feel right for both of you. But it's so difficult. It's like choosing a band name. Who suggested that Wham was a great name for a band? Do you know what? I've got a great name. Wham. Sorry? Wham. Like what?
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. It's just, how is it a good band name until they're the band? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, until they are. So I feel like we can't really. I feel like I'd got nothing really to say to Michelle because it can be tough. I would say that I don't think either of you should give in. It shouldn't be a case of one gives in to the other. It should be a case of, right, well, actually, let's scrap those names. We need to. There must be, like, these guys are in a relationship, so they've obviously got common ground.
Yeah.
They've got some similarities. There must be something. Maybe it's just going to take a little bit longer. Get one of those baby name books.
Do you know what I was going to suggest? Baby name books. This is just a suggestion, by the way, so you don't have to do this, but find names and write separate lists.
Yep.
of names that you actually quite like, male and female, and then maybe spend an evening over a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And just compare them and see if there's any similar names that do come up. I think genuinely that is a really nice way of doing it, because then you're doing it by yourself, but then bringing the answers together and actually seeing if it can work out.
And hope it doesn't end in some sort of fight, drunk wine-fueled fight where actually they've compared so many names on the list that they end up having a Barney over it. Barney.
Or you'll just get so drunk, you'll just name Vino.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Good luck with that, and let us know. And
Yeah,
congratulations.
Please, congratulations. Please let us know.
Little baby. Do you remember little baby?
Oh, little baby Mia.
Sorry, are we giving good advice here, or am I?
I think we are.
I don't know if we are.
I think we are.
You can be the judge of that, Michelle. You let us know. You've got an email. Oh, sorry, Kermit.
Sorry.
You clearing your throat? Are you there, Kermit? Because that's funny, because you bring it up every time I do it. That's interesting, isn't it?
I know.
Back to Coastergate all over again, where you told me that I never use a coaster.
I know, but
And then you did it.
no, I stand by the fact that there was no condensation on it, so I didn't need it. Anyway, that's not what today's about.
Yeah.
Right, now I'm going to read a couple. This is an email from Sophie. Hi, Sunny and Danielle. I need a reality check, or maybe just some backup. My friends keep telling me I'm way too picky when it comes to dating, but I don't think I'm asking for the world. After a string of failed relationships, I've got pretty clear on what I want. I'm looking for someone who's over 6 foot,
Oh.
earns more than 100K a year, and lives in a nice area. That's it.
That's it.
Not asking for a unicorn.
Is this real?
Just someone who's got their life together and who I actually feel attracted to. But whenever I mention my non-negotiables, in quotes, I get the eye roll and the classic, you'll be single forever if you're this fussy. Honestly, I don't think it's unreasonable to have standards, especially when I've already done the whole compromising thing and ended up miserable. Am I being too picky, or are my friends just protecting their own low bar? Wow.
Oh.
I'd love to hear what you both think. Thanks, Sophie.
Oh, there's so much to unpack there.
So what Sophie's basically saying is that she has a requirement list
Yeah.
for dating,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people do.
Are they too specific?
Well, this I think is where the question would lie on. I mean, look, anyone can have a list as specific as they want. It just may then mean it's a little bit trickier to find that person if you're so specific. For example, Sophie has said she wants someone who's over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to mention the elephant in the room, or maybe should I say, little Minnie Mouse. You are not over 6 foot.
Okay.
So if that was one of my requirements, what I'm saying is I would never have even looked at you.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's a requirement, but how far were we going to go with that? Because actually, if I'd only ever kind of had that requirement of I'm going to go for someone over 6 foot, I would have never even looked at you. And actually, I've ended up obviously meeting the love of my life.
Who's 5'11"?
You're nowhere near 5'11". You're like 5'9".
I am near 5'11".
You're 5'9".
and a half. I'm close. That's near.
You're closer to 5'7" than you are 5'11". Don't do the math.
Oh, gosh, I can't. I just can't.
No, you're not 6 foot.
Okay,
So
enough about the height. Yeah. What else?
but what I'm saying is
You wouldn't have met me.
I wouldn't have met
Yeah.
you. So I think, although I think it's okay to have like a requirement list, I think there has to be give and take with it. I think the earning more than 100 grand a year is interesting because it could be in relation to what she earns. She may earn the same amount and she wants it to kind of be going into it to be like an equal,
Party.
yeah.
Yep.
Or it could be that she actually doesn't want to work and she's like, I need someone that earns that because I don't want to work.
I mean, she sounds ambitious.
She does.
So I'm hoping it is the one where she earns. Yeah. I just think you need to open your eyes a bit more and broaden your horizons. You can't be looking for someone over 6 foot and earns over 100 grand. What if they earn 98,000? Then you're stuffed. Absolutely stuffed. What was the other one? Lives in a nice area. I mean,
yeah.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would, but I mean, personally for me, I think there are other things that I would put higher on my priority list, like having a good relationship with their family. Like, especially I think a boy being close to his mum. I think that is a massive, massive telltale. Telltale? Sign.
Telltale sign.
Telltale sign, yeah. You and your mum are really close. And
We
I've
are.
always loved that.
Yeah.
And I've dated people in the past that haven't been particularly close with their mum. And although that hasn't had a direct impact, it's just something that, as someone who's very family orientated, I can't really get my head around why. Bear in mind, nothing has happened in these families. In order for that, they just are a bit like, meh, whatever. So I think, having that or having similar morals is a little bit high up, or ambition, maybe. Like those sorts of things would come higher on my list than 6 for 100 grand and lives in a nice area.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that these things on this list seem a little shallow, but I'm not to tell you that you can't have the list. I just think if you are going to have it, then maybe your friends are right in saying you'll be single forever if you're this fussy.
Maybe just be open to someone who is 5'11".
Yeah.
Or 9.5.
Or 9.5. Well, no, not because then that's you.
No,
You
I'm
can't
just
have
saying.
Sophie. You can't have Sunny.
That's all right. Don't earn 100 grand a year. She'll be all right. She'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know. I just think you need to be a bit more open and actually, I would suggest, and I don't know how this is going to go down with, what's her name? Sophie. I would suggest just try to go for something that you don't have a list on.
Okay.
Someone that isn't. Go the opposite.
How about we just go for their personality and we try to see past that initially. Now, look, there has to be some sort of physical attraction.
Yeah.
I totally get that, because before you can really click or connect with someone, you go off looks. That's what draws you to something
But
or
Sophie
someone.
could argue that physical attraction is a height.
We're all the same height laying down, my darling.
You didn't just say that. You are, you come at me for saying dad stuff. That is a drunken aunt at a wedding.
But am I right?
Well,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe, go for personality. It might not be someone that's got all those tick boxes, but you could surprise yourself and you could end up meeting like someone that actually you're like, oh my God, I would never have met you. And it could be the wildest love story ever. That would be my advice, Sophie. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying.
No one's wrong. It
Widen the
might
goalposts
impact
a little
your
bit.
future.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie. Let us know how you get on.
Okay, this one is from Zara.
Zara.
Hi, Danielle and Sunny. I absolutely love the podcast and I had to write in because I'm starting to think I've got a mini list of icks when it comes to my boyfriend and the things he does around the house.
Oh, nice. Go on.
They're not breakup level issues, just the kind that quietly drive you mad. Oh, Zara, preach, girl. For example, he'll leave one sock in the middle of the living room like it's modern art.
Yeah.
Put dirty dishes next to the dishwasher instead of in it.
Not helpful.
And somehow never replaces a toilet roll. He just balances the new one on top like a decoration. The other day, he used a tea towel to wipe the floor and then hung it back up like nothing happened. Oh my God, get rid of him.
No, don't get rid of him.
I'm wondering, Danielle, do you have any of these with Sunny? And Sunny, do you even notice when you do stuff like this? Or do you think we're just being dramatic? Would love to know if I'm alone here or if everyone has their own secret list. Zara.
I'm going to say that girls are just a bit more, you just like to point out things more.
I know my gorgeous
you
no.
do. You like to point out things more because, oh, he's doing this again. Oh, he's doing that again. Where actually, I think as a guy, if you leave your socks in the middle of the floor, which you have done before, I just like, oh, she left her socks there. I'm going to move
Because
them.
you do it as well. There are some things that you do.
But what I'm saying is that if you've done something, I'll just look over it because I'm like, I don't like, it's not a thing. I just, whatever. Like, we'll just get on with it.
Yeah, but that might be then just one thing.
Well,
whereas
hang
if
on a second. I'm not finished. I've got another list.
If Zara's saying there's this and there's that and there's that and there's that, that's going to get frustrating. Like how much can you overlook before actually your boyfriend is just basically taking the mick? Because you should be able to tell a grown man these things and he should listen and take note. Like otherwise she's just being totally walked all over and you're basically telling her just to accept that he's going to be doing things that are going to annoy you.
Yeah.
Is that basically what you're saying to her? Zara, just shut up and accept it.
No, not shut up and accept it. I mean,
Be
it
quiet
is giving
and-
uni student, I'll be honest.
Yeah, what is it? She said, he'll leave a sock in the middle of the living room like it's modern art. Go, Tracy, pop off. Put dirty dishes next to the dishwasher.
Yeah, not
if the
helpful.
dishwasher is empty,
Not helpful.
that is Oh, that would, yeah. I would be seething at that. That would
But
be so annoying.
I feel like in this scenario though, even if this guy were to put the dishes in the dishwasher, maybe he might do it the wrong way. Maybe he's just a bit like, do you know what? Even if I do that, it's still going to be wrong. So should I just leave it out?
But I personally think that she seems like a lovely girl from this email. I think she would correct him or voice why the plates go in a certain way, hopefully in a loving way.
Yeah.
Like how I feel like, I mean, you do put stuff in the dishwasher and we kind of have both agreed on the way that we do it. But if you didn't, I'd be like, oh, my darling, just so you know, I have been putting it like that because I found that they get rinsed a bit better. You know, there are ways and ways to word it. If you are then trying to do something, I'm not then going to go and bash you for it. I'm not going to do that. So I'm sure that Zara wouldn't do that either. The other one is never replaces the toilet roll. He just balances the new one on top like a decoration. That,
Well, that's not great. Yeah.
right? Like, what are you doing? So we're not just going to let this slide. I think it's you're not alone, Zara. You're
So,
really not alone.
In this situation, what would you suggest to Zara? Because there's a very fine line between having the conversation about it and mothering him. Like how would you suggest that Zara approaches her boyfriend or partner or whatever?
She approaches it with kindness and tells him once. If after the once, then she has to mother him.
As in, like, don't do that. Like, don't put the toilet roll like that. Don't leave your socks in the thing.
No, because you're saying it with aggression, aren't you? If
Well, no,
I then were to go into the toilet and I'd see that, I'd be like, "Yes, me. Did you mean to leave the toilet roll like this?" Or
Yeah,
like
you do that all the time.
Yeah, but what I'm basically saying is, don't do that. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. I'm just fluffing it up a little bit. Sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
I think there are ways and ways, and then if you kept doing it, then you'd like quickly start to hear my voice be like, "Sonny, can we please put the toilet roll on? Like, can we not do this?"
Yeah.
And then if you come for me, I go, "Well, I have already told you or asked you once." Like, and it's for everyone's benefit. So it's not like she's saying, "Oh, can you do this thing for me? Can you do this thing for me?" It's for both of them. It's for their household. It's for their living environment.
Zara, I would suggest setting up a podcast with him because I'm going to throw it out there. We've mentioned a couple of things on this podcast on the list, and a couple of things have changed, haven't they?
I have.
So, like, there'll be a couple of things. For instance, bins and bin bags.
Yeah,
I now take
You
the bin
do.
out and replace the bin bag.
you do. I feel like it's become like a competition though. We're waiting for on one episode someone to go, "So what's on your list?" and the other one go,
Haven't got
"I
any.
haven't got any.
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
I've gone through everything.
Yeah.
This is it. You're fixed."
Yeah, we're going to run out soon, aren't we? No,
Not soon.
Not soon. But actually, I think this goes back to what I was saying before with the baby names. If you can write down these little things that do annoy you, I genuinely think it's really helped us.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that we needed help with that.
Yeah.
But actually, we've both got these things, again, that comes back to our relationship that we can joke about with each other and go, "Oh, he's not done this, not done that." And we accept it as jokes. But actually, they're kind of little half joke. Kind of mean it in a way, but kind of can like say it just as a joke. Things actually have changed at home that have been like, and that's just because we've discussed it.
Yeah, mate, Zara, I think you need an honesty hour.
This is
our
therapy.
honesty hour. This is our honesty hour where we basically just say, this is what you do that annoys me. This is how I feel about it.
It really is,
and we have a
isn't it?
conversation about it. We can't storm off because we're in the studio. We're recording. We can't. At home, if I'm trying to, do something and talk to you or vice versa, the other one can just storm off or go, "I've got to go out," or "I need to do this," or
slam a door like
or
you do.
slam a door. We don't really slam doors in our house.
No, it's because they got wedges in the way for me, don't they?
But yeah, I would recommend a little honesty hour. Again, bottle of wine.
Oh,
No? Oh, you're doing like a proper sit down, like a
I would suggest not an hour. Maybe
I'm
make it a little 15 minutes.
yeah.
You can make it a thing, but I think once you start getting alcohol involved, I think it could. There's ways of saying things when you're sober, and you can interpret them very different with alcohol.
Yeah, but what would you pull someone like? Would you like do what like they do on Love Island? Can I pull you for a chat? Would you like? So, boyfriend, could you please come and sit on the sofa because I have something to discuss with you? Like, it's got to be like casual. It's got to be. You got to add an element of look. I feel like I just need to just get this off my chest. I don't want to have an argument about it, but there are just a few things that I just really want to be able to talk to you about, and I hope that you receive them well. And vice versa, if you have anything for me, like, let's just be like, this is our time to do it. We're not going to hang on to these things. Just here we go. The thing that you always do with the toilet roll, it actually really annoys me. And I don't know how else I can kind of say it to you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe we'll put a limit on the drinks, maybe 1 or 2 drinks before you get into it.
all right, Dad.
So you're not too boozy and then like you take it the wrong way.
Yeah, you don't want to be sloshed. You
No.
want to get your words
I
out.
want to be sloshed.
Yeah.
But not in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps. But also you're not alone. I will always have lists on you.
Yeah,
and actually she said, and Sonny, do you even notice when we do stuff like this, or do you think we're being dramatic?
Not dramatic. I don't think you've been dramatic. I just think, like I said before, that I think guys just look at things that girls do and go, oh, I just don't think you make a thing of it as a guy. Where I think girls do have those things where you notice it more and you pick up on it more. And it's a female thing to do to make sure that the guy knows about it. Where I think it's a male thing to do to just not ignore it, but just be like, get on with it. Which probably doesn't help. But this helps talking about it.
It does.
So I would say communication is key.
You would say communication is key.
I feel like a new human on this podcast.
You're a non-communicator, and the fact you've said that is big.
I feel like you and this podcast has really done something to me. I feel very spiritual. Next week, I might have my toes out and feel grounded on the floor.
Yeah?
I might hug a tree when we're away on holiday.
Okay, get your chakras aligned.
I think I might.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Is that in preparation for then after that you're going to be sat there dressed up as something for the Halloween episode?
Oh,
yeah, you thought I'd
forgot
forget.
about
Yeah,
that.
you thought I'd forgotten as well. How you feeling about it?
fine. I'm going to be honest with you. I came up with an idea for one of us to get dressed up for Halloween because we both hate Halloween. I thought we'd rock, paper, scissor it. I mean, it was 50-50, right? One of us was going to have to do it. I genuinely thought that you would be bad at playing rock, paper, scissors. You won. I lost. Therefore, I have to dress up on a Halloween episode. And I hate dressing up on Halloween. I hate fancy dress. I hate anything to do with Halloween.
Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be great. But that's for next week.
That is for next week. Yeah. And yeah, we are back next week. We're off on holiday, so I'm sure we'll have some holiday catch up on.
Yeah. Catch up.
Catch up.
Catch up with the ketchup.
Have a little catch up.
Yeah, I love a bit of ketchup.
Same.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for your emails.
Thank you
can send
so
them
much. Yes, please do keep sending them in. loveversusTheList@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM, Instagram, just search Love Versus The List, or send us a little TikTok if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us posted.
And if you've got your phone in your hand right now, stop what you're doing, get off of Instagram while you're listening to us. Have you done it? Go and review us. Give us 5 stars, wherever you can. If it's Spotify, Apple, Deezer, what's the other one, Amazon. Wherever it is, give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I know it takes a couple of seconds, but it means a lot to us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, which you can do every Friday, give us a thumbs up. They do thumbs up on YouTube. So
thumbs up, like, subscribe.
Up, comment, do all of that. Thank you so much. We will be back next week. Have a good one.
Peace, man.
Bye-bye.